Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading. It's Kim. Hope everyone's doing absolutely fantastic. It is Wednesday, spelled with an I. This week, this entire week, today, yesterday, and Monday, just an absolute glorious outpouring of cash. Loving it. SPY making a new all-time high today. And the semi-interesting thing about this is usually days like today, these inside day candles, they don't produce a lot in the terms of day trading, because it's an inside very small candle. So we did make a new all-time high on the SPY. This is a beautiful gap on Monday. We talked about it that would likely go higher. So on Monday, a lot of traders hopped into some call options because we had mentorship Monday on Monday. I was kind of going through the whole 24 minutes before market opened, why this was such a bullish gap and that we should be buying some calls and so on and so forth. So a lot of traders sold those calls yesterday for about 3.3 R or around there. Again, depends on how they got in or where they got in, but a lot of people reaping some rewards there on the SPY. Here's the Qs. And the Qs today, a little bit of a retest gap yesterday, right? White candle gapping up. Nice retest. A little bit of a lower shadow, kind of a bullish candle today. Likely will be making all-time highs very soon here on the Qs. Had an IWM weekly options newsletter trade that almost triggered. I wanted a dip buying opportunity, and it did dip. I dip, you dip, we dip. I wanted it to dip into the 20 and bounce. It just dipped into the 10. So I had a trader or two day trade the IWM for small profit today from that weekly options newsletter set up yesterday. But overall, IWM, nice looking bullish candle. Yeah, all around the board, things are looking pretty toasty. Let's go look at some swing trades that we also were able to exit. Again, just an amazing week. Chicago Bridge and Iron. This is one that we were keeping our eyes on for a swing trade opportunity, and it did work out. We got in right around here and had a stop right around here and exited right about here for 2 Rs on ticker symbol CBI. My good buddy Andy over there in Seattle is still in, hoping for that gap to fill. I think his target is 1580. We also had a bullish swing trade on Macy's. It's actually still on here. Macy's, this particular trade was based on this bullish gap right there and wanted it to break above. So we got triggered in on this day. And then it retested and then popped, retested real hard, thought it was going to get stopped out, and then popped today. So we moved up the stop yesterday on Macy's, but that one worked out. Twitter, we're still in Twitter, TWTR, and a little bit of upper shadow today, but this was a call option that we got triggered into. We set up the trade actually on the 22nd of August. Got a penny away from triggering on the 23rd, and then we filled on the 25th for 73 cents on the October 1/7, that's $17 call options for October. Though they're out of the money at that time, they're now in the money. Some other swing trades, we actually are not triggered in on GILD yet, so this was one that some traders might be able to hop on board with us. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but 8270 would be a limit buy. TWLO, we got triggered into this one 2 or 3 days ago, so TWLO kind of doing its thing. And then ADI, ADI is still set up, looking for that one to potentially break out and make some magic. Some other trades, man, a lot of requests today. Feeling good, looking good. Let's go knock some out. Ticker symbol MELI. I don't know what this particular company is or what it does, but it is at a really nice resistance as of right now. So MELI, pretty simple analysis. Strong resistance from here. I mean, either one of 3 things happens, right? It forms a pennant and breaks out bullish. And if it breaks out bullish, the longer it trades sideways, the more I'd be okay with actually taking that breakout. Otherwise, if it just does a day or two, I would certainly look to retest, right, buy the dip or the breakout. Otherwise, if it breaks down out of that pennant pattern and trades back into some of these support zones on MELI, I would look to buy it bullish. So there's a 100 simple moving average. You had a retest gap, a very nice retest gap on Monday. Pretty gap. So if it pulls down there, that'd be a buying opportunity. And obviously if it pulls way down to 230, that would also be buyable on MELI. Here's BZUN. Got a lot of traders keeping their eyes on this guy. So BZUN, huge move, some really pretty candles. Gorgeous sentiment down here. We've been looking at this one. I did not take this trade, but Justin Jeffrey and a few others did. This is some gorgeous, gorgeous candle sentiment. Just beautiful, right? Nice little double bottom. You got your morning star patterns, inside candle, nice little retest gap. Just everything about BZUN is nice. Broke above, making a new all-time high. Very strong move, strong rotation, strong volume. Not the time to buy right now, though. This is the all-time high. So buy the dip on BZUN. I don't know where it's going to come in, but I will say it depends on your time frame, right? What's your goal? Are you doing a bill-paying type of trade, or are you looking to making some quick cash, or is this an investment, longer term? What is your time frame? So on BZUN, look for a good dip buying opportunity, either the daily or the hourly. Here's the hourly chart. We've already bounced off the 10 a few times. So I'd probably say look to buy off the 20 EMA on this one. I'd also request for TCEHY, I think it was. Tennyson Holdings, yes, that's right, Tennyson. So here's the daily chart. And this one just megalithlically bullish all year. So strong, strong trend. What I would like to see on this one is just a little bit more of a rest. Obviously this one and BABA go pretty hand in hand. A little bit of a lower high. I would love to see it pull back into the 50. Very similar to what it did over here. Is that going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But again, when you're in a strong bullish trend and you can look at and obviously see on the screen, yeah, we've already moved pretty far. Then in that situation, in the bullish trend as strong as it is, you're going to want to buy as low as possible. So at the end of a strong, strong bullish trend, you don't want to buy as high as possible, like this guy right there. You want to buy as low as possible, like this guy right here, or this lady right there, or this gentle person right there. All right, so buy the dip on TCEHY. Future targets, I mean, at this point, the sky's the limit. I did a fib on this one, I believe, not too long ago. Let me just pull it up real fast. And while that's loading, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more stocks to look at, but I'll do it quickly. So let me go see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I posted this one, but it might not have listed. TCEHY. I think I posted it. Let's find out. Yay, I did. So this is back on September 1st, not too long ago. So these are just some targets. Had a few traders in bullish on this one, and this is kind of my thought. So my analysis was buy the dip. So we did pull back smally, is that a word? Smally. So we pulled back a little bit, not quite as much as I wanted, but next target 47.78 on this particular stock. Again, got a nice analysis on CureCoin coming up, another cryptocurrency. Let's do the Bitcoin, CureCoin US dollar. So crypto is pulling back nicely today, liking this pullback that we're getting in the crypto world. Definitely had a few buy the dips trigger. And again, on CureCoin, it's at the 100 simple, which is at 0.1893. So as far as buying at this particular location, obviously all cryptocurrencies still speculative investments at this point. Don't risk your entire life savings on any of the coins. But you got a nice old resistance, new support. Good old resistance, new support right about there at 0.18 to 100. If you're looking at buying, this will be a spot. Last time we had a double bottom off the 100. Now, yeah, we could peak a little bit below there. So I'd probably look to buy some around here. And if we get all the way down to the 200, we have bounced off of it before. So maybe you pick up a little bit here, pick up a little bit here, and then see if this particular coin can continue to start rocking out. Here's Baidu, ticker symbol BIDU. And Baidu, nice little breakout of this little flag S pattern, right? So I know Sherry has been working a lot on this one. So there's the nice S curve on Baidu. Really pretty S curve. Simple fact is, nice bullish breakout, great volume. It consolidated, added resistance, not a shocking event at all. Trend is still bullish. We still got a lot longer to go on Baidu. Buy the dip. That simple. We're making higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, if it pulls back 230 on Baidu, it'd be a good spot to buy. Had a lot of traders requesting Square and Shopify recently. Unfortunately, if you're not already in these guys, you're kind of missing the boat. The party's almost over. There's chips left, but they're the small chips at the bottom of the bag, and your fingers get really greasy if you eat them. Most of the dip is gone. All the meat's gone. That's the kind of party right now we're dealing with Square on Shopify. You've missed the move. A lot of traders had some put sales. Again, this is one of the top 10 real-life trading most held positions for the real-life traders that I know of. And a lot of traders got some covered calls. I like the volume. I like the bounce off the 50. The trend still looks good. I don't know if this happens or not, but this would be great. Big resistance at about 28. I would love if it can pull back one more time. One more time. Bounce around 24.50. That'd be fantastic. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But if we continue to trade sideways at this $28 price range and then eventually break out, trend is your friend. Be long. Long is strong. Next big target on Square, 31.47. Shopify, same thing. Made another all-time high today. Last few times I was looking at it, and this was Monday. So yes, we did go higher, but barely. The last time I looked at it was back here, back here, back here. This was really the breakout. Honestly, if you're playing Shopify, this is it. All-time high breakout right there. So there's the previous all-time high. There's the new all-time high. That's where you're buying. You're buying there, stops down here somewhere. That's a beautiful trade. So for those traders who are in Shopify bullish, and there's a lot of you, congratulations on your own little money-making machine right there on Shopify. Here's Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. Pfizer, nice little double bottom. Oops, that's not Pfizer. Here's Pfizer. Nice little breakout, kind of a double bottom resistance type of thing forming. Got the resistance right about here on Pfizer, about 34 and some change. Here's kind of the big double bottom pattern. Pretty massive, but a lot of volume came in, some good volume spiking up. If you're looking at buying Pfizer, I would say buy the dip around 34.30 if you're looking at taking that particular trade. Netflix, gorgeous bullish move. Everyone's excited about this one. Netflix doing its thing. A lot of traders in bullish on Netflix. Good gap, good double bottom. Here's the retest on Netflix. Here's the double bottom on Netflix. Boom. Here's the neckline. Here's the pullback into the 10. That's where you're buying right there. And boom, nice flag pattern. Gorgeous new white soldier candle on Monday. Great follow through yesterday. And just a rest, right? So we're probably going to flag pattern a little bit on Netflix. But next target, in my opinion, is 190. Got three more. NVIDIA. NVIDIA trading sideways to bullish. Pretty much what I think on this one. This is quite sideways. If you take the candle price action that happened right back here and just draw an arrow, we're still sideways, but we are making higher lows. So if you're playing NVIDIA, it's real easy to play this one. Go into an hourly or 4-hourly time frame and just look to buy the dip. Here's the hourly chart. If I pull this up, look at this double bottom on NVIDIA. Boom, 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 boom. That's a retest. Gap action. Right there, retest gap. What did it do? It retested the neckline of a double bottom. What? That was a buying spot right there. Stop would have been about here on NVIDIA. Slowly but surely, NVIDIA will continue to creep higher overall, but it's going to take a little bit longer to break out. I mean, hey, it could break out tomorrow. I don't know. But if and when it does break out, folks, the trend is strong on NVIDIA. Don't be bearish on this one. If you are bearish, just be it slightly, maybe with some covered calls or something. Otherwise, keep an eye out for NVIDIA to soon break out of an all-time high and keep this bullish trend staying strong. And until that breakout occurs, look to buy some dips. Equifax, don't get me started on the entire credit industry, but it's getting what it deserves right now. I'm loving this gap down. Loving this move. Good Googa Mooga. Congrats, Albert, for snagging a gain, I think either yesterday or the day before. I don't know if you got back in today or not. Troy Beinhauer, congrats on the bear call spread. A lot of people making money with this bearish gap and go. Oh man, it just got shredded, and it needed to also. Here's the weekly chart. In the weekly chart, we're even below the 200 symbol on a weekly. So Equifax, man oh man, there's some talk out there about some executives might have sold their shares before the news actually hit, which is insider trading. I can't back any of that up. I haven't read it personally. It's just the word on the street. We'll see what comes down on Equifax, probably their stock price. But as of right now, you've already gotten a huge sell-off over the last 4 or 5 days. If you're not in bearish already on Equifax, again, there's no beer and chips left at this party. You missed it. Let's see if there's any bullish opportunities down here. Very short term, like day trading scalp type of things. Otherwise, long term, maybe 92. I think we got a little bit lower to go for anyone looking at getting long-term on Equifax, but it is Equifax, aka very strong company, and at some point in the next 2 to 3 years, we'll see this gap fill. Kind of like what happened on Target, if you will, if you want to go that far. When Target got its data breach, I don't remember exactly when that was. I think it was 2015. This is pretty much what happened to Target after all of that, but you'll notice that it did end up rallying, and there was a few times where you could have bought pretty low and made some good money. So I'm not saying the Equifax is a stone in water. Maybe it's a stone in like a 3-foot pool of water. It'll bounce at some point. Next, LRCX on the list, LRCX Lam Research. And the reason I'm pulling this one up, I had a trader ask about it. This is a daily chart on LRCX. All-time high, I believe, just yesterday. Let me verify that. This is the monthly chart. Yep. All-time high on LRCX. So if you're in it, find a good target. Dividends came out. The trend is bullish. We're breaking out. Today's an inside day candle. Buy the dips, buy into weakness, sell into strength on ticker symbol LRCX. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to this real life stock review. As a treat, here's Apple. And Apple, yesterday we were talking about the iPhone release and the news, and this was such an easy trade. I really say that, but this has happened so many times on Apple. Apple is always a buy the rumor, sell the news. So when this was coming out, look at this double bottom. Look at that support resistance. It broke, retested. We were trading this together live in the morning day trading room just yesterday. Strong. This was when the watch was coming out and all that stuff. And this is right about the time they announced a $1,000 iPhone. And after all that was said and done, right? They released everything, and okay, all the data is on the table. Sell the news. Had a few traders buy some puts, make some money. Justin Linderman, Mike Oshman, congratulations. Nice little move on Apple. What's next? Well, I did mention in the summer portfolio that Apple has a little bit of a bullish divergence, right? So a pullback into the 50 makes sense. I do like the lower shadow. I am keeping my eyes for Apple to continue higher tomorrow if it happens, but we got a small sell-off on Apple. Bottom line, 50 EMA would be a very good buying opportunity. Something that's interesting to think about, I had a lot of my buddies talk about spending $1,000 on the Apple iPhone, and is it worth it? Things of that nature. Here's an interesting statistic for you. So the NFL, right, the National Football League in the US, has never been bigger. It did about $15 billion in sales just last season. The Apple iPad did $23 billion last year, and it's one of the weaker products. $23 billion. So what I'm getting at is one product of Apple sold more than the entire NFL last year. If you are worrying about buying a $1,000 iPhone, you should be. Instead of spending that money, invest it into Apple. If you would have taken $1,000 and just bought Apple shares a year ago, as of right now, Apple's stock would almost already be able to pay for that $1,000 iPhone. It'd at least be able to put a nice $600 down payment on it for you, right? So something to keep in mind, it's always better to be an owner rather than a buyer. If you're watching this, you are a smart person. Go tell your friends, your family, if they're looking at buying stuff for Apple, the new watch, the new phone, take that money, go buy shares of Apple, and let it pay you to go buy those products 3 or 4 years from now. Same note, I don't know the exact numbers, but when the iPod came out, instead of spending whatever it was, $250 for a brand new iPod when it first hit the shelves, if you would have taken that and bought shares of Apple, I think you'd have over 12 grand right now. Right? So be an owner, not just a buyer, ladies and gentlemen. The stock market is one of the most powerful wealth creators on the planet. Learn it. And if you want help, get at me. I teach this stuff for free. You're all phenomenal. Have a great Wednesday. I'm going to see you on Friday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.